The farthest point will be over that clock tower there to the right, and then the closest point will be probably about on the 50-yard line over those bleachers. There will be 136 drones for the flight.
Yeah, I remember when we were flying 5 drones in a circle, we were just super excited.
For that time, it actually wasn't that unimpressive. Like,
well...
Verge Aero is a hometown Philadelphia technology company, and we're really just this year starting to deploy the system in a more meaningful way. It started when we really saw the response that the medical community was having when people in New York during shift changes were cheering and how much that meant to them. The team and I, we were talking, and we really wanted to give back to the healthcare workers, and we figured our platform would be a great way to say thank you in a truly spectacular way.
Well, with the current situation of COVID-19 and everything being shut down, the first responders are basically one of the few people that are putting in extremely long hours as such, and you know, anything to take their minds off of the current situation just for a couple of minutes, it takes the stress and makes it dissipate a little bit.
Right now we're placing the drones into the starting grid for the test flights, just to verify that all the systems are working correctly. As you go over the individual slots that the drones can take off on, they turn green. If I move it over, like here for example, they'll turn red because these are not starting slots. But if I put it over where a drone currently is, it knows that that's a spot.
So if you had a show that you made for 50 and then next time you have 100, you could just change the launch pad size and the show's now 100 drones.
this is a spectrum analyzer. Anytime we go on site to a new location, we want to check the RF spectrum just to make sure that there's not interfering signals. It's not like you could see the RF signals. So we want to bring this device along with us anytime we're on site checking things out and make sure that the RF spectrum is clear.
Right now I'm setting up our ground station, and its job is to collect satellite data and then send out correction data to all the drones. That will allow our drones to go from a 3 to 5 meter accuracy all the way down to about 10 centimeters of accuracy. The entire network is completely isolated from the internet. There is no way to get to the drones via the network unless if you're plugged into this box, which adds a whole layer of safety. You can take this box and bring it anywhere in the world. We don't need any other infrastructure. It's completely safe and secure. Everybody from the FAA and PENNSTAR has been absolutely awesome. We identify protocols, we put in the proper NOTAMs, so everybody is in the loop on when things are flying, when drones are in the air. It's been an amazing experience, really bringing this all together. It shows you all the information, so you can see here that there is 6 slots that are occupied, 1 drone's ready. And that just allows us to not screw up. If it doesn't say 150 out of 150 if we're flying that many, then we've missed something.
My name's Michael Bauer. I'm the inspector for the Federal Aviation Administration. We're regulators. We oversee all 107 and recreational flyer operations. Also, it's an aviation event, so we're here for safety and outreach, and one of the things that we look at is your operation. We want to, a partnership with you. We're not here to hurt you, we want to help.
Worst case scenario, if PENNSTAR calls me, the flight is coming in, they need the drones landed, I can click this land all button. So this will land all the drones. Okay. For us, the most critical thing is that we are never ever in the way of any manned aircraft.
Everything that we do is subordinate to safety. We're here to make sure that everyone that flies in the greater Philadelphia area is aware and that we can conduct this safely.
A helicopter just came in to Huff We were in contact with the helipad, made sure that the drones were not flying.
Communication is important. It's hundreds of people that we notify, and it's one phone call to us, and we'll make sure that we facilitate what you want to do.
I thought it was very professional, good show. Can't be happier. That's what we like seeing. It's all about safety, and these guys take all kinds of safety precautions.
All right, so we just went through our launch and landing tests. That's what we do whenever we go onto a new site, and everything looks good. So yeah, now we're ready to actually prepare for rehearsals.
I've been involved with fireworks show here on the campus, but this is something so special. I think the response from the healthcare workers is going to be great. They're going to really like to see this, and it's something that takes their mind off of being isolated. It's been a great experience working with Verge Aero. I could see just from the rehearsal tonight how much passion they have for their job.
There's 136 drones out in the grid, and we chose that number because one of the shapes, the love shape, it required 136 drones to get the full definition, so that was actually what limited the number of drones that we put on the launch pad.
This is our design studio. It's made completely in-house. It's called Skyline. The program is meant to simplify the really complicated process of designing a drone show. It's a very similar experience to working with Premiere Pro or editing a video. It's made for creatives and not engineers. It also allows you to completely visualize the show beforehand. In this show we have different imagery that represents Philadelphia and the medical community. We don't have to worry about the drones themselves. We just say, okay, these are the shapes we want, and we're going to do 140 drones, and they map to those shapes automatically. And it's the safest, most efficient, quickest way to design a drone show right now.
My involvement throughout this process has been to review the risk associated with this, to make sure that all the documentation is there. You get all the components.
So we built all the circuit boards, we designed all the circuit boards, all the electronics in there.
Oh, so you built
them
too?
Yeah, we built the drones from scratch. And then I worked with a mechanical engineer to design the mechanical assembly, and then we worked with a manufacturer out in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, like a full certified facility for making aircraft.
Okay.
So.
Okay. What's the life expectancy of a drone itself?
In flight, we have about 20 minutes. It's what a safe flight kind of turns out to be with a full set of battery.
So what's great about these drones is they're about 900 lumens, which is about as bright as a headlight. So for tomorrow's show, you're going to be able to see it all around the surrounding area.
Working with Verge Aero has been really smooth. Very, very passionate about what they're going to be showing to our healthcare workers. So I see these types of light shows as the future.
Last night we did our rehearsal, and everything went really well. So today's show day. We're just setting up all of the ground station and the drones right now to get them online, make sure that they're still healthy, and yeah, then it's just sit and wait until we're ready to press the go button.